Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You like the white? You like that? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? I just left an event today, and I thought I would come on and just share something that I was sharing with some folks here at the event, and it just really kind of dropped in my spirit. And I said this will be an absolute gem to share with my audience. As once again, folks, you know I'm the author of the Look Again. Is it blurry? Can you see it? The Look Again Financial Challenge. Obviously, you can get this on Amazon, or if you want to connect with me, I can get you a copy myself, or pretty soon you'll be able to download it PDF um, by connecting with me. But nevertheless, I wanted to jump straight into um, this session this morning, and it's going to be a little interactive today. But I had to drop a title on it because you all know I like to put titles on things, so it's easy to remember. But I entitled this "Master Plan versus Disaster Plan," and this is interesting, man. I'm always in pursuit of fresh information, fresh revelation, and this was brought to me a while back, and it just kept resonating with me. So I wanted to share it with you all, and hopefully you're blessed by it. But I want you to get a sheet of paper out really quick, just a blank sheet of paper, and do just a T outline, a line straight down the middle of the paper, and then tee it off at the top. And at the top, on the left side, I want you to put master plan, and then on the other side, I want you to put disaster plan. And at the top of the page, I want you to write the word truth, TRUTH in all caps, the word truth. And what we're going to talk about today is um, what happens in your brain, in your mind, when you are introduced to the truth. Let me say that again. I didn't say an idea, I didn't say facts or evidence that can be disputed. I said the absolute truth of the matter. A couple of things go on in our heads. Either our mind completely begins to move toward our master plan for our lives, or it moves towards the disaster plan for our lives when we're introduced to the truth. So let me share with you what happens, what goes on in our mind typically is when we're introduced to the truth. One or two things happen. So in the master plan, on the master plan side, I want you to write the word faith. I want you to write the word faith on the side that says master plan. And on the opposite side that says disaster plan, I want you to write the word doubt. So let me stop and clarify that for you. Right now, you have your sheet of paper, you have master plan, and you have disaster plan. Under the master plan, you have the word faith. Under the disaster plan, you have the word doubt. So let's examine the master plan first. I know you all want to know about the master plan and how our mind begins to filter that information. But when we're introduced, when our minds are introduced to the truth, then under the master plan, our minds began to enlist our faith. It begins to enlist faith. I have faith that this is in fact the the truth. When you're thinking under the master plan, I'm thinking that this information is truth, and I'm going to trust this information. I'm going to have faith in this information because faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not yet seen. That is a spiritual component. That is spiritual fuel that it fuels your faith. Now, when you have the faith, and you're stirring up that faith, if you will, then what it does, it births courage. Yeah, say that with me, the word courage. The word courage allows you to move beyond just mere information to begin investigating, begin to vet that information, begin to seek literacy, begin to understand and be on a journey for understanding what this truth is all about. And once you begin getting engaged in seeking the truth and seeking revelation, then from faith comes courage. And then when the courage is strong enough, that's when you begin to move from just mere information to implementation. Let me say that again. That's when you move from mere information to implementation. And so that's how your brain can react to truth when you're enlisting your master plan, a way of uh, coming to this idea. Is how do you come to market? How do you show up? What plan is predominantly top of mind for you when you're introduced to the truth? Hopefully and prayerfully, you are working under your master plan. You're working under your master plan. So let's switch gears and let's go over to the disaster plan. The disaster plan. And look, most of us won't even talk about this, but most of us go through this more often than we ever want to admit or mention to anyone. But when we're introduced to the truth, if we're not careful, we begin to lean over into our disaster plan. That's the side of our minds, of our brains, that immediately send this information through the filter of doubt. Doubt. I just don't. I just don't believe it. I can't wrap my mind around it. I've never heard of it. I've never seen it. I've never witnessed it before. So it's hard for me to believe what you're telling me because I haven't been introduced to it. I don't know anything about it. I'm not accustomed to it. That's outside of my comfort zone. So I immediately tend to lean towards doubt. So let me share with you what doubt tends to do. What doubt tends to do to your brain, to your mindset. It begins to produce fake fear. Say it with me, fake fear. Yes, yeah. Fake fear. And you guys remember what we used to call fear. Fear was the fake evidence appearing real. Fake evidence appearing real. That's what fake fear is in your life. Now, don't get me wrong. Fear is a necessary um, um, uh, uh, emotion, if you will. Fear is a necessary in our lives because if I'm standing here and there's a lion, tiger, and a bear getting ready to devour me, I need fear to come up in my spirit and to come up real in my brain to tell me, Mike, you need to exit either stage left or stage right. You need to get the heck out of Dodge because that's a fearful feeling. It's a fearful emotion and it's there to protect us. But when you have fear, fake fear is false evidence. It's not real. And most of the time, have you ever had a situation that you were afraid of? You just afraid that was going to take over your life, that was going to be a catastrophe in your life that never came to be, that never came to fruition. But you just belabored the point or the idea or that fake fear in your brain, which kept you paralyzed and afraid in the moment. What it tends to do is it tends to create, oh God, it helped me. It tends to create anxiety in you. Anxiety is just, it's just you're afraid, you are fearful of things that haven't even hasn't even happened yet, or 9 times out of 10 will never happen. It's just a way of paralyzing you and keeping you in this emotional and mental holding pattern where you're so afraid of what has not occurred yet, that may not even occur at all, but you can't get past the possibilities of this may happen or that may happen, or I may fall here, I may not get back from here, I may not get up from here, I may be stuck like Chuck in a pickup truck. I don't know. But the reality is anxiety, and anxiety does one thing to us. It keeps us stuck in a sunken place. It keeps us in a holding pattern in our life. There is no growth, there is no ascension, there is just fear, stagnation, paralysis, and then comes the complaining, then comes the murmuring, then comes the depression. All of these are byproducts of the anxiety. And I contend that under the disaster plan, that you cannot move from information to implementation because you're afraid. You're riddled with anxiety, and that is the predominant emotion. That is the predominant feeling that is driving your decisions. That is driving your life. I contend, folks, that we have to take back our steering wheel on our lives. We are the CEOs and the chairman of the boards of our lives, of our brains, of our minds. We are the gatekeepers. Either we can operate in doubt or we can operate in faith. And faith does not mean that we go out here and do things blindly. We don't do that. It means that faith allows us to move beyond the initial filter and begin to investigate, to begin to vet, to begin to seek financial literacy, and to see if it is the best course of action for you or for me. We have to investigate that, but you'll never get there if you never get beyond the doubt. Disaster plan keeps you stuck because doubt conjures up fake fear, and fake fear is the fuel of anxiety, which keeps you stuck. And folks, if you want more in 2024, which I believe you do, I would ask you to think again, to look again, and make sure that anything that's coming in your life that God is allowing to come in your life, to make you a better person, to add value to your life, to order your steps towards your destiny. Make sure that you're using the right filter. And I suggest that you, hopefully, top of mind is always your master plan. Always your master plan. Because even in your master plan, you will find paths that may not be for you. But it's tough to see things that you're unwilling to look at. So you have to look at it to make a educated decision and choice to see if it is in fact the right course of action for you. God bless you. Once again, master plan versus the disaster plan. And I pray with my Look Again Financial Challenge that the questions that I propose in this book, that you sit down and you look at these questions and you stare at these questions, because I believe they deserve an answer. Regardless of what the answer is, they deserve an answer. If the answer is I don't know, and the answer is no, then all that's telling you is that you need to investigate. You need to take a step further and begin to look at financial literacy and find out what's best for you. But here's the wonderful thing about it all. You don't have to go at it alone. You don't have to do it alone. If you would love my help, if you would like my help, or if you have your own advisor out here, make sure you get on their calendar, because folks, you don't have to do this thing alone, but let God order your steps. Let God put the right people with the right attitude, with the right spirit and the right information in your sphere, and let's go get this thing together and make sure we are all successful by collaboration. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I took a chance on this, but hey, why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. You only feel as good as you look sometimes, right? Yes, yes. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you for being on this session. Hey, if you like this information, share it with someone, bless someone. We got to teach somebody. We got to teach somebody other than ourselves. Let's not keep this information to ourselves. God bless you guys. And it's always a pleasure coming to see you guys. And remember, it's the Look Again Challenge. What you don't know cannot and will not help you. God bless.